It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
You're listening to the home of Inter Miami CF.
His strike is a decent one. It's fired into the top right corner. Gonzalo Higuain opens his account for Inter Miami.
OnsideRadio.com, where the passion for La Rosa Negra runs deep.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
OnsideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Kai Chen Chisholm.
Microsoft recently announced that Xbox will now allow players to play free-to-play games without Xbox Live Gold. This is a huge step for the company and the gaming console as a whole, as before PlayStation required online play, Xbox has always required online gold in order to play any sort of game online with your friends. Of course, PlayStation and Sony have already allowed free-to-play games to be played with friends online without having to purchase a subscription in order to use the platform, as have most PC games and platforms such as Steam, Epic Games, and others. It'll be interesting to see if the two gaming consoles and the two ones that dominate the market in PlayStation and Xbox do away with the subscription base entirely as more people start to move towards their built PCs.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report. Wake up and good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
It's Friday.
Why?
You had all week to talk about work. Now it's the weekend, and that means it's
Party time!
The party is just getting started.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Roger that.
Okay, let's move out. Come on, let's go.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Oh, we made it. We absolutely made it. Good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports on this Friday, April 23rd, year of our Lord, 2021. New Call of Duty map dropped. Hell yes.
That's why you're so chipper.
Wife got home from her week-long vacation.
Oh.
Hell yes.
A double dose for you.
There you go, my man. So I am, all is good. All is good. Got some.
Bachelor life is over.
Bachelor life is over. I'll tell you what. I can go with it either way. I had no problem, going into the Bachelor life. I will tell you who's very happy that Bachelor life is over in the house. That'd be the two animals, Stella dog, Frank the cat. Man, I threw their schedule for a loop.
Have they eaten since the wife left?
They have, just not at the normal times they normally would. The animal's always on a very strict schedule, but when, the daddy is playing Call of Duty until 3:30 in the morning. Obviously, he's not going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and give you breakfast. So you're going to eat, like 10:30, 11.
Oh, man.
So they're very, very happy that their mama has gotten home and the schedule is back to what it's supposed to be. Those animals, dude, do not mess with their schedule. They will not be happy. So, yeah, man, it was a big day. Call of Duty yesterday. They dropped the new map. I have not played the new map yet. I was watching some of the streams. I was doing some other stuff, but it basically what they did, Sean, is we've been playing in the fictional city of Verdansk for the last year, and what they did is they took that map and they turned back the clock. So now we're playing in Verdansk, but it's 1984. So the big stadium is now just a little teeny stadium because it hasn't been built up that big yet, and it's just a lot of different stuff. And so, yeah, fun. They totally changed the map up, so that's nice and fresh. So I'll be doing that for the majority of the weekend.
But when they normally change up the maps, what did they do? Just add something new?
Yeah,
to
sometimes
each time?
So over the course of the year, they did one where they added a little subway system, and then they took the subway system away. They did a thing where they added a garage, an underground garage where the stadium was, and then they took that. So they'll do little teeny things. This is a big kind of refresh of the entire map. So it made a lot of people happy. The streams yesterday were getting crazy numbers. I think Nick Merckx had topped out 400,000 people. 400,000 people, middle of the afternoon, watching a dude play Call of Duty. I mean, what the hell world are we living in, man? What world are we living in? Props to him, dude. And he lives down here. He lives in Miami, I believe. He moved down here from Jersey or California or wherever. All these streamers have moved to Florida. You know why? Because we don't have income tax.
Yeah, that and then all.
And they're making crazy ass money, and they don't want to pay income tax, and I can't blame them.
Let me ask you this now: with the streaming, does it affect like say TV viewing, the West Coast? Do you get better viewing if you're on the East Coast streaming, or would you get better?
I'm not sure. I know that depending on when you log into Call of Duty, you will either have an easier or harder time playing. And that means the talent level that you're going up against. So if you are logging in the middle of the day, like when dads would play, like stay-at-home dads or whatever, then you're dealing with easier lobbies. Whereas you friggin' go ahead and fire that bad boy up 6, 7 o'clock on a Friday, Saturday night, bro, all the hardcore boys are on. And they are going until 6 in the morning, and you're going to get fried. You are going to get fried. They're going to smoke your ass. You are not going to it's not even, you will be dead in 3 seconds. I will be dead in 2, maybe even 1.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, man. Playing video games. Listen,
it is so funny. You talk about video, like the Call of Duty, like I talk about wrestling.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So then there was actual sports on last night. Oh, I watched it. They were up 1-0. Go into the first intermission. Come out of the first intermission, go into the second period. I'm not even back to my chair yet. I am not back to my chair yet. 14 seconds in, boom, tied up. I'm like, oh, boy.
I looked down and I looked up, and then I heard Goldie they scored.
Yeah, they ended up putting 3 on us in the second period, so then we're down 3-1. It just fell apart. Hey, at least it wasn't Vinny Trocheck.
No, that was the only good thing. I was at least Trocheck didn't beat us again.
But, man, dude, they
got our number. Caroline's got our number.
And we're going to talk to David Dwork today, correct?
Yes,
we got him coming up.
9:05.
So, yeah, I mean, I want to know whether they got our number. Listen, there's a chance. Are they just better than us?
Yeah.
Roster-wise. Or is this a situation, and threw it out there. Our Friday roundtable question of the day. Check this out. Normally we do it at the end of the show. We'll start off the show with it today. After watching the Carolina Hurricanes get the best of the Panthers once again, how confident can you realistically be that Florida can beat the Hurricanes in a postseason series? Well, listen, I certainly am not going to bet the mortgage on that. So there's not confidence isn't the word
You're
that I would use.
saying there's a chance.
But, there's always a chance. And listen, we've seen a situation numerous times in the playoffs. Listen, it happened to the Panthers the last time they were the number 1 seed. They went out to the number 8 seed in the first round.
Yes.
So just because you've owned a team in the regular season does not mean that you will own them in a best of 7 in the postseason. I would say Vegas would certainly have the Hurricanes as the favorite in that series, and that's fine. I'm not going to go over the top and bet my ass off that the Panthers are going to come through on that, but I certainly wouldn't. I'm not confident, but I'm not saying it's over. Absolutely not. No. It's definitely not over. Definitely not over. I'll tell you what. It'd be nice to have had these 2 games and had Ekblad in. I will say that. I cannot wait until he gets back on the ice for this squad. But yeah, so I'm not, confidence. Yeah, sure. Obviously not tons of confidence, but I'm certainly not throwing in the towel. It's not over. I'm not saying, we're playing the Carolina. This series is done. Hell no. I believe in this team. I believe in Coach Q. Optimistic about this team. So, yeah, I am not.
And they're not going to go 1 for 9 on power plays every game.
Listen. And this is the first year for Zito. I think this Panthers team is going to be even better next year with another year of him being able to tweak a little pieces here and there. So I'm all in on this. But yeah, confident. I'm not crazy confident, but I'm not throwing in the towel, bro. Not throwing in the towel. I believe that this Panther team could beat Carolina in a best of 7. I think it would be a war of a series. It'd be 7 games, and it would be friggin' outstanding hockey. I look forward to seeing that. I think the NHL would love to see that. Just a crazy-ass great 7-game series between 2 of the best teams in the East. And listen, don't forget about Tampa. You know, we talk about the Panthers and Carolina, and Tampa's right behind, but Tampa's the one that's got the cup. They're the ones that have been here and done this before. So once the postseason ratchets up, certainly not counting them out. And in all due respect, they may be my overall favorite because, as again, they've been here. They're holding the cup right now. Marlins lost last night 3-0. What a boring ass game that was.
Can I tell you something?
Best part of the game. What was the best part of the game?
Oh, well, I mean, I think everybody knows what the best part of the game is by now. If you haven't, I don't know where you've been. The 4.5 month old bunny.
Dude, that bunny was huge.
Yeah, for 4.5 months.
Like, so you can just bring a bunny to baseball games and sit like that? Is that
It's a therapy bunny.
Shut up. I thought we got rid of these.
No, apparently not.
Is that just airplanes that got rid of them? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I guess the airplanes, but they were allowed to bring it in as a therapy bunny.
That bunny was
Alexander
enormous.
the Great.
That bunny's enormous.
Hey, he's got his own social media going as well.
Oh, my God. Of course he does.
I'm following him now.
Oh, shut up. Really?
Oh, it's following first thing this morning.
God. Marlins limited to 2 hits.
But I was happy. I got to see the whole game. It was all in the first inning. 3-0 done.
It was a quick game. It was a quick game. Yeah, I mean, listen. Listen, we know that this is how this season's going to go. There are going to be games where this offense does nothing at all. Literally nothing at all. Gets 2 hits and does absolutely nothing. We know that. You have to know that if you are expecting this team to go out and to be able to score 4 or 5 runs a game, I mean, you're crazy. It's just not going to happen. There may be little stretches where they get hot, where Duvall gets hot and there's, going on a tear or whatever. He's streaky. But for the most part, we're going to have games like this year.
And I think that's what the thing is going to be too, though. When Duvall's streaky, that's when we're going to score runs.
Absolutely.
And when he's not, it's
going to be rough.
Yep.
It's going to be. Listen, we knew that this lineup has significant holes in it. It had, there's pieces that are lacking. We understand why they didn't invest yet. They want to see how this pitching staff matures. But I'll be honest with you. I really think next year, this coming offseason, you're going to have to make at least a move or 2 in the offensive direction.
Definitely, if not this year too, because
I think this
can
year
you
will
waste
depend.
the arms though? Because you've watched Sandy and Pablo, and they just have gotten no run support in their games.
Well, I think it'll depend how close we are to a playoff spot as we get closer to the trade deadline. If the Marlins, if this pitching staff is able to keep them within a few games of a wild card spot come the trade deadline, then maybe you'll see this organization pull a couple of moves for some young hitters and bring them on in, basically speeding up the timeline for what they would have done in the offseason instead. But we'll see. I mean, listen, all I'm saying is that, don't get all depressed over the Marlins. I mean, it's going to be a growing pain season. It's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be weak offense here for a lot of games, but just focus on the pitching. And
you have to understand what the Marlins are.
Well, exactly.
Don't get unrealistic like the Heat fans.
Listen, the Marlins. This is not a. We made the playoffs last year.
Yes, 60 games by the way.
No one thought that was going to happen. No one picked them to make the playoffs last year. It happened. You can use the word fluke. You can use the word whatever you want to.
Exactly.
No, I know. I'm aware of that. However, this team, talent-wise, wasn't really a playoff team, and really isn't a playoff team yet. Pitching staff, sure, but offensively, not. But they'll get there. So just be patient. Enjoy watching. If you like baseball, you have in my lifetime, there was the Young Braves rotation that was phenomenal.
Oh, yes.
But the talent, and especially when Hernandez is thrown from 90 feet now, he'll be thrown off the mound soon, so he should be back in the rotation. Dude, this rotation, they are young and they are fun. They are fun. They throw strikeouts. They throw heat. I mean, it is.
And they're in your face, too.
Oh,
they're not worried about going inside.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, they are. It's fun to watch this pitching staff grow and mature together, and hopefully Jeter and everyone does right by them and add some bats at some point here in the near future, whether it be at the trade deadline or certainly in the offseason, because, you
can't waste these arms.
You can't waste these arms, man. Absolutely not. You cannot waste these arms. No way. Plenty of stuff coming up today. I'm going to talk to Neri Signs, do a little entertainment talk. Got Toasted News happening in the fourth segment of the 8 o'clock hour. Then, of course, we'll talk to David Dwork about the Panthers. That'll be coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. And also, Ira today? Yes. Man, we are loaded up.
Ira at 9:20.
Yeah, talking about the Heat and what they got going on with the Hawks tonight. Also, I saw some news coming out about LeBron James maybe still being 3 weeks away from returning. Like, bro, that's one hell of a sprained ankle he had.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Ira, see if he has any details on that. There's also news about Deshaun Watson. Oh, my God. Accusers claim each are destroying evidence. So he claims they are. They claim he is. We'll get into all of this stuff. And Aaron Rodgers got a pretty cool new thing. New overtime rules for college football. All that stuff. Big show today on a Friday. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now, and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in, as long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami are scheduled for a very tough game this weekend as they take on the Union this Saturday night. This will be Philadelphia's home opener, much like last weekend. Inter Miami had their home opener that ended up in a 3-2 loss to the LA Galaxy. Going away, playing in a home opener is always tough, but for a team like Philadelphia, it's going to be even tougher as Miami are going to be the first team to hopefully score against them this season. That's right, Philadelphia have not been scored on in 3 games played, and it looks like Miami is going to try and be the first.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
8:20. Friday morning, this is Toasted Sports. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, please. Streaming live every morning from 8 until 10 as we record this bad boy. Sean on the other side of the glass, as always, running the board. All right. So Deshaun Watson, in case you missed it, 6 women walked into a courtroom yesterday accompanied by the legal team that has filed civil suits against the Texans quarterback for sexual misconduct on behalf of the 22 plaintiffs. Now, Tony Busby, the attorney for the plaintiffs, previously told media outlets that he expected 12 of the 22 women to appear yesterday at the status conference after hearing defense attorney Rusty Hardin question their allegations of Watson committing sexual harassment and sexual assault under the guise of a massage. Of the 6 women who showed up, the identity of one was already known. Busby said they're here because they've been called liars, and they're not liars. So already, Sean, this is turning into lawyer versus lawyer. These 2 guys are going to put on a show, and they're the only 2 people that are going to win in this whole thing.
No,
Busby and Hardin. Yeah,
you called
absolutely.
this 100%,
Yep.
and then you
All
see
right.
it now going forward.
So Hardin replies, he reportedly argued that he cannot identify 4 of Watson's accusers because they have common names, and asked a judge to compel Busby to reveal the last 3 digits of driver's license and social security numbers to narrow the scope. Well, what? You have to search this out. How are you not just given the names of the accusers as the lawyer? You got to give me a clue and I'll try to find it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess apparently they gave the names, but I guess it's like Jane Smith,
right?
And
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
millions of Jane Smith. So
Oh
Jane
my
Smith?
God. Hardin claimed that identification is in accordance with the law, while Busby countered that it is unheard of to provide such personal information. Both sides also argued, of course, that the other is destroying evidence. Watson was accused of backtracking to unsend Instagram messages to his accusers. Can you unsend an Instagram message?
I don't think so. How do you unsend? You can't recall.
I'm going to try to send you a message and then unsend it. I did not know you could unsend Instagram messages. It'd be nice if you could unsend emails, but that's a whole nother story for you. So he was accused of backtracking to unsend Instagram messages to his accusers, and some of the plaintiffs were accused of making alterations, multiple reports indicated to their statements. A judge has vowed to follow through on preservation requests filed by both sides to ensure evidence can be entered into discovery. According to Hardin, nothing of substance was done, as he denied that Watson had destroyed any evidence. So here you go, baby. Rusty Hardin versus Tony Busby. This is like a reality show.
This is it. They're going to get their names out there.
Oh, my God. Absolutely. And for Rusty Hardin, I mean, listen, he was an older guy when he was representing Roger Clemens back in the day. So I haven't seen a photo, but this has got to be his last hurrah. This has got to be like the last huge profile case he's going to be a part of. That dude's got to be like in his late or mid-70s or something at this point. But, man, this is, again, dude, now, does anything from this, Sean, lead you to believe that this will be resolved before the season starts?
No, I think it even adds more to that.
Right?
It's not going to be resolved,
I mean,
because they can't even agree on to disagree.
They are just going to battle on everything. This is going to get dragged out throughout the entire summer. I see zero chance, unless someone just does a complete 180. There is zero chance this is wrapped up before the season, man, before training camp opens. This is just, man.
Was anything made of only 6 of the accusers showing up when they thought they were going to have, didn't he say he was going to have 12?
Yeah, he said he was going to have 12 of the 22, and they didn't give a reason. Hardin implied because maybe they're having second thoughts, but who knows about that? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows why?
Again, that's Hardin's job, though, now to be like, oh, look, see?
I'm not going to believe what either one of those lawyers say.
Nothing.
Everything they're saying right now in the public is all about spin. It's all about trying to create the narrative for how this is going to be dealt with.
Believe half of what you see and nothing of what you read.
Exactly. I mean, it's just stop. But yeah, I don't see any way that this.
No way. Deshaun's got to know I'm not playing this year.
He's got to know you're not playing this year. He's got to know. Got to know you're
I
not
don't see
playing.
why
this
the
game.
NFL now doesn't take this stance and be like, okay, look, this is going to drag out for a while.
Right.
Let's take the chance now and just suspend him indefinitely, knowing he's not going to play anyways.
Here's
I
my
don't
thing.
understand.
I mean, is it on the NFL or is it almost on the Texans? Do the Texans need to just say, you know what, we're suspending him?
But if you're the
until-
NFL and the Texans haven't taken that step, don't you, as an organization with all these?
Well, I'm not sure what the CBA says about it. Like,
yeah,
remember, there's
you're right,
no
you're right.
charges have been filed. This is all civil stuff.
That's true.
There
I
hasn't
keep
been,
forgetting
there
about that.
hasn't been
There's
a
no
criminal.
criminal.
That's what's so bizarre about this. We have all these sexual assault allegations, but it's all civil right now. Nothing is criminal. So it's literally he said, she said, with no criminal, repercussions on the table right now. So I don't know that the NFL. I mean, they might violate the CBA if they were to suspend him for allegations.
Yeah, would that be the same on the Texans though?
You know what I mean?
They're
Well,
by the CBA too as
put
well.
it this
or
way.
no?
I figured Alden Smith, defensive end, was just signed by the Seahawks a few weeks ago. He got arrested for assault a couple days ago. I would have assumed that because he had been suspended by the NFL for like a few years.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
So I would have assumed that within 24 hours of him being arrested and turning himself in or whatever and having a warrant issued and turning himself in, that the NFL would have put him on some sort of suspension, but they haven't. And neither have the Seahawks. So I don't know if it's you have to wait until I'm not sure.
You have to wait till the whole thing
I don't know.
is
I don't know what it
completed
is.
before you can
I
do
don't
anything?
know. I don't know what the rules are on the CBA.
The
there.
innocent until proven guilty part of that.
But I was shocked that it's now Friday and I haven't seen anything about Alden Smith being suspended or being cut by the Seahawks or suspended by the NFL. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what they're allowed to do. I would like to think that the last thing Roger Goodell right now wants is this Deshaun Watson story getting legs every single day and new little chapters coming out. It's the last thing he wants the media to be talking about, but I'm not sure he can do anything about it yet. And I think if he could, he probably would have. But, man.
This thing's going to get bad. I mean,
it's going to get even. Listen, as I told you, you can tell by the way they're talking now, Rusty Hardin is going to try to destroy these women's reputations.
especially when you're starting to look for social security numbers.
Dude,
and
he's gonna talk to anyone they ever went on a date with. I mean, God forbid any of these women ever had a one-night stand, because he will spin that into you just being, you know what.
Doesn't Deshaun have their Instagram and stuff like that? If he's already reached out to him on Instagram, or once you block?
Well, you would think that unless you see, that's why my whole thing. Like, you would think once he sent messages to these girls on Instagram, they have them now. But if you can unsend a message, which I didn't know that you could, but that's what they're claiming he did. Maybe he had a hacker. He hired a hacker to go in and delete. I don't know. I don't know what. Who knows?
He's got money.
He's got the money. Of course, he's got money. He could hire a guy that could. You know, I'm guessing could hack that. I don't know.
If you can make Instagram posts disappear,
right?
you can make anything disappear.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Man.
Maybe that's the message they're sending.
Oh, wow. All right, so the other NFL story that blasted off yesterday was Tom Brady. Tom Brady's all pissed off. So one of the rules that the NFL adopted Wednesday allows quarterbacks, punters, and place kickers to wear numbers 1 through 19, defensive backs 1 through 49, and then running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. Offensive linemen can wear 50 through 79, defensive linemen 50 through 79 and 90 through 99, and linebackers, yada, 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 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. So who cares, right? Well, Tom Brady cares a lot. So basically what's going to happen is, and I'm pretty sure that the reason why Tom Brady is pissed off is because now he's not going to know where the Mike linebacker is.
Now he's really going to have to understand football.
It was easy to find the Mike linebacker when they had to wear one of 10 numbers. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden that Mike linebacker, according to this, could be wearing number 2. Right? I mean, like, so it's just and listen. Part of me thinks Tom bitching about this is kind of like, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I'm the old guy.
I'm an old man. But at the same time, he's the greatest of all time. And he's the current Super Bowl champion.
He's a whiner, man.
He is.
But good luck trying to block the right people now. I mean, they're right in front of you.
Good luck. That was his quote. Good luck trying to block the right people now. He posted this on IG. Not sure if he's going to have someone go in there and delete it for him or unsend it. Going to make for a lot of bad football. Listen, I So you're telling me, Tom, that professional football players who've been playing this game their whole life and are making millions of dollars a year or hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to play this game are not going to be able to wrap their head around the fact that a wide receiver now can wear the number 3, or that a linebacker can wear the number 7? Like, you can't, like, really? You're going to watch tape of the teams, you're going to know who number 7 is?
And the other thing is, most of this isn't going to change because most of these guys have been wearing these numbers all the way through now. So most of the guys that are here now have those numbers that they like already.
Right. It's going to be the young guys coming in now.
Yeah,
that are going to
Brady,
get the
you'll be
messed
gone
up
by then, buddy. Don't worry about it.
He wants to play
okay?
till he's 50. Maybe he won't be. Who knows?
That's true. That's true.
But of all the things, and he was just now. Here's the thing. I liked is that he goes out with this and he gets shredded by fellow players. Mm-hmm. Everyone else like, dude, this is fine. Yeah. This is a non-issue, bro. Are you kidding me? You're the GOAT and you're complaining about a linebacker wearing number 7?
Yeah, Brady's got to have something to complain about. It's off season.
Yeah, he's got a supermodel wife. He's got all the rings.
Nothing else in his life is upsetting until this.
I guess, you know what? Maybe that's a good point. This is the only negative in his life right now.
He's like, why have numbers? Why don't we just wear colored jerseys?
Oh, my God.
Why not everybody wear the same number?
Well, listen, that happens in college.
It happens in baseball.
In college, you'll have an offensive player and a defensive player each wearing the same number.
Oh,
are you kidding me? When you're drunk, that'll play mind games with you.
Or the ones playing special teams and don't realize which one it is.
Oh, I've had issues. Well, there were issues where all of a sudden I'm like, why is our defensive end as a wide receiver right now? I'm like, oh, right. That's right. We got another guy who got the same number. Sure.
Yeah, he's not 270. I thought he lost weight too.
Oh, my God. Anything going on this weekend, Sean, with wrestling?
No wrestling, but a big UFC event.
That's right. We've got Masvidal and Usman, number 2.
Yep.
Usman, Masvidal.
Big 3 fights, Jacksonville. I think they're going to have full capacity, too.
Yes, that's right. It is full capacity, which will be fun to watch, man. I love the fact that we got fans back in arenas and stuff right now. I want packed houses. I want that. And especially for UFC and for wrestling, they need arenas full of people.
Yeah, because you play off the emotions.
Yeah,
this
whole thing with just empty it's been awful. It's been brutal. No cheering going on. I mean, it's kind of cool because you can hear the ring talk to their players, like the trainers and stuff during a match. But it's just you lose so much of the energy. So that's a huge fight this weekend.
Yes,
that is huge. Fight. So Usman won last one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because Masvidal came in a week before the fight and had to cut 20 pounds.
Yeah, it was a last-minute thing. He had total balls for stepping up.
Yep.
Total respect.
And it took him the distance.
Yes, no, absolutely. So this will be now. He's got a full training regimen underneath him. Local guy.
The BMF champion.
That should be good. Yeah, I'll have to. I'm not going to buy it, but I'll watch a pirated stream of that.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, we will.
No doubt about it. All right, we're going to talk with Neri Sainz. Final episode of Falcon Winter Soldier dropped this morning.
Already?
I think it was only 6 episodes or something like that. But don't worry, they got Loki in the wings.
That's the big one.
Drop exactly. But I have not watched the final episode yet. See if Neri has. And I was on his podcast this week, and I mentioned that we were doing. He does this Mount Rushmore podcast, where you do the top 4 of whatever subject you're talking about.
Okay.
And we did casual dining restaurants. And he took significant exception that my number 1 on my Mount Rushmore of that was Waffle House. And apparently you have an exception to that as well. All right. So we'll talk about all this. We'll talk about all this coming up next with Neri Sainz. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnSideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new Papadia? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadia, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Florida Panthers lost last night 4-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers went 1 for 9 on the power play. The Hurricanes scored 3 goals in the second period to take control of the game. The two skate against each other again tomorrow night. Puck drops at 7. Miami Marlins, they dropped the first game to the San Francisco Giants 3-0 last night. All the runs scored in the first inning. There was a therapy bunny in attendance. He was the biggest news. Game 2 tonight at 9:45. Sandy Alcantara versus Alex Wood, the pitching matchup. The Miami Heat, they're also in action tonight, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off at 7:30. This weekend, action-packed UFC 261. This weekend, as we just talked about, in Jacksonville, 3 title fights headlined by Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, Zhang Weili versus Rose Namajunas, and Valentino Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. And also tomorrow night, enter Miami CF. They'll travel to take on the Philadelphia Union. Join Big O and Alex Dono at Dangerous Minds Brewing for the pregame show. That's starting at 7 o'clock. You can stay and watch the match for them. Everything will be carried on OnSideRadio.com. And don't forget the call of the match. Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan, and Fernando Fiore. That will start at 8 o'clock, of course, right here. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
Friday morning, 8:40. So we got to go to the phone and talk to my guy, Neri Signs, local comedian. do some entertainment sort of talk. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, brother?
Are you still offended by my casual dining pick?
Yeah, I mean, to put on a mountain, I mean, that is the most, that is weird.
Dude, you had Denny's on the mountain. I put Waffle House on the mountain.
Yeah, but, you know, I've walked into certain Denny's before and not felt like my life was in danger. I don't think that's ever happened to anybody at any Waffle House ever.
Oh, stop.
You know, I think.
Listen, there's a charm. There's a charm to the uncleanliness.
You know what's funny? I thought about this afterwards. You know, we had Heather on, and Heather said that her table was full of ants.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about this. I don't think I've ever been to a Waffle House. Somehow Waffle House has able to do this. Every table is both simultaneously sticky and greasy. Well, and that's very impressive because normally when something is greasy, it's not sticky, but Waffle House has found a way.
Listen, and I'll tell you what, you also never hear about a Waffle House getting, they never appear on those dirty dining shutdown specials on the news. They're never shut down. They're never shut down for being dirty.
Yeah, because, well, first of all, they do. You don't hear about them because it's not news. That's not news.
That is slanderous. That is slanderous talk.
Yeah, well, unless they're a sponsor. If they're a sponsor, man, I'll back down. You let me know if they're a sponsor. I'll totally back down and be like, no, you know what? It's not. I'm such a whore. If they're a sponsor, I'll be like, you know what? They're delicious and they're amazing, and then you can find them anywhere, and they're comfort food. I'll be that guy. No thanks.
So my wife was out of town all week. She left last Friday. She came home yesterday.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, man. So I used the time outside of playing just way too much Call of Duty. I ended up watching all of Phase 1 of MCU.
You ended up what?
All of Phase 1. So I watched Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and then the first Avenger. So those 5 movies. Listen, I hadn't seen Iron Man 2 since it came out.
Right. Most people have it.
Right. But it was cool, dude. Like there was stuff that I had forgotten about. Because I mean, that stuff came out back like in 2008, 2010. So it had been 10 years, man. Like I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's pretty good going back and watching that stuff.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I've watched most of those movies a lot, but I've rewatched them and rewatched them. Every time there's like a huge before Endgame, I rewatched the entire Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then before, same thing happened. There's a couple like big moments where, in anticipation, I've rewatched the entire MCU.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty good movies. Pretty good, pretty decent movies, man.
Well, we got 4 of them coming out this year at the end of the year. I mean, the Eternals are coming out. So what is this, Phase 5? I guess they're doing what now? But this is Spider-Man's coming out around Christmas. So this is
Phase 4, I think.
Is this Phase 4? I thought.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because there was 3 phases.
There was 3 phases before. Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you watched Final Falcon Winter Soldier yet?
I haven't watched the newest episode, the one that dropped today.
Yeah, this is the last one. I think this is the season finale.
Yeah. It's the last one. I haven't watched it today. I was very impressed with last week's episode. Not because I felt like I told you before. I felt like it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like the show was fine. There was nothing. But to me, there wasn't anything special about the show. It didn't wow me. But last week's was pretty good. I will say a mutual friend of ours, Brad Meltzer, had tweeted about how fantastic the training montage was.
Mm-hmm.
And as a Rocky fan, I was like, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't no climbing a mountain in Russia.
Well, listen, I mean, yeah. Rocky getting ready for Drago is the greatest training montage of all time.
Do you think that? Because I believe I love that training montage and the movie in general. I love, but I think the training montage in part 3 with him and Apollo are training. I love that one, man, with the mirror dancing and the swimming. I mean, I don't know. And then the running on the beach with short shorts alongside another muscular man with a tank.
See, mine was the opposite.
That was great.
I thought it was great that he was, working out in in a barn in Russia, and that it was snowing, and there was, he had to invent new weights to use. Like there was no actual modern equipment for him to work out. So yeah, that's why I kind of like the Drago Chicago one. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, it's so funny. This is the best. Anybody listening to this, like, there's two fat dudes talking about how good it is to watch another man get in shape. It's so fantastic.
Well, you're the one talking about them running on the beach with short shorts.
Yeah. That's my favorite part. Is the crop tank top. Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh God, Apollo Creed and Sylvester Stallone and nut huggers.
Yeah, you guys could actually try working out. No, we just like watching.
No, it's too exhausting.
Get
actually,
stronger.
Yeah. Listen, somebody's got to be fat, and I'll tell you what, it got me to cut everybody for the vaccine. So I'm game. I'm good.
I'm good, brother.
Pay it out for me.
Hey, quick question: are you gonna watch the new Mortal Kombat?
Oh, absolutely. Did that drop this weekend?
It looks so good. Yeah, it comes out today.
It's on HBO Max. I thought it was next weekend. Okay. Dude, those previews look phenomenal. First of all, I only saw the first trailer. Okay.
Because I was like, I'll watch the trailer, and then when that trailer was so good that I was like, I don't want to see anything else until I see the movie. Like, that's how good. I'm like, it had no business being that good of a trailer. I was like, is this movie gonna actually be good? Like, is this, because video game movies are very rarely ever, if ever, good. But this looks amazing, and I was like, oh my God, yes, sign me up, please. Dude, he stabs him with his own ice blood.
Yes. So when I was growing up as a kid, dude, there was this rinky-dink bowling alley in the center of town, and it was a duck pin bowling, the little small balls, but it had tons of arcade games. Bro, I can't tell you how much money how many quarters I dropped into Mortal Kombat and Galaga.
Oh yeah,
like, dude,
yeah, mine was Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Oh, there you go, sure.
Yeah, if you had those, Street Fighter 2, but if you had those, there was a video game rental place down the corner from me that was not there was a mom and pop shop, and it was before Blockbuster, it was before that, and nobody really ever went there, and they randomly just had two arcade machines, just two, and it was Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2. Like, that's all they had. And I was there every other day. Like, I was that kid going through couch cushions, and trying to find quarters, and trying to do that. So I'm very excited today for Mortal Kombat. I'm way more excited. There's a corner on the internet where there's a scene. It's from the scene of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie that came out in the 90s. It sucked, and it's a guy with a huge thing it's like a huge hat that's made of a skull, and the meme is a picture of him saying, one ticket to Mortal Kombat, one adult ticket to Mortal Kombat, please. Like, that's gonna be me, dude. That's gonna be me, like, dressed up as a bad guy and be like, I want a ticket. Like, I'm gonna be in my living room on HBO Max enjoying the hell out of Mortal Kombat, man.
Yeah, I will absolutely be watching that. That's probably going to hit play on that at about 10 o'clock tonight, and that'll be absolutely perfect. Yeah, nice stuff. Yes.
Question, Toast. What's the difference between regular you and you without a wife you? Like,
bro, I'll tell you what, man.
Gone for a week. What was the difference?
Neri, it was shocking. It was. I shocked myself by how easily I reverted back into bachelorhood, like before we were married. So I reverted back to 20 years ago, bro. And it literally took 10 seconds. The minute the door shut, it was almost like the minute the door shut and she got in the car, boom, a pizza box just appeared. Sitting over here in this corner. And then it was she got home. She got home last night, and she's like, oh my God, I have to clean the house. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, everything's been picked up. She's like, the only thing I didn't do was vacuum or sweep the floor. She's like, exactly.
Exactly. The only thing I did, there's little pizza slices running around.
Yeah. I took out the garbage. I remembered to take out the garbage. That was a victory, bro. That was huge.
I want to know, that's so funny to me. There's a scene from the show King of Queens when they finally rent out Arthur, and he's gone for the weekend. And it's just a scene of Kevin James, a big dude Kevin James, jumping on the couch, and his the money shot is blocked out by the lamp. and it's just him naked jumping up and down on the couch eating pizza, and that's all I picture you doing while Jen was gone.
Yeah,
and up and down on the couch eating pizza naked. That's hilarious.
And the dog looking at me like, "Oh my God, blind me now." Yeah, absolutely, sure. Yeah.
The dog is like, "Where is she?
Get
Please,
home,
God, bring her back."
Neri, great stuff as always, bro. You got anything going on this weekend?
No. Just people do me a favor, check out the podcast that we got going on.
Cool.
Toast was on the last episode of Mount Geekmore, which you can find on my Facebook or YouTube page, which is MT Geekmore. And then the audio version will be up on Monday anywhere podcasts are found. So check that out. And then my other podcast is called What's Up, Bro? And same thing, WUBROPOD. All of these links can be found on my Instagram page. So go to my Instagram page, Neri Signs, or whatwashisname.com, and they could all take you there, man.
Bro, you were awesome. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Neri Signs, everybody.
Love you, brother.
You got it, man. All right, we got Toasted News coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
It's Toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnSideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Listen to OnSideRadio.com anywhere by downloading the MyTuner Radio app in your app store. Or go to MyTunerRadio.com on your web browser. OnSideRadio.com. South Florida sports leader.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at DangerousMindsBrewing.com.
At OnSideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers took one on the chin Thursday night, dropping a tough game to the Carolina Hurricanes by the score of 4-2. Florida played well in the first and third periods, but were completely outmatched in the middle frame, one that Carolina outscored the Cats 3-0. As we've seen throughout the season series between the Panthers and the Hurricanes, special teams was once again the difference. Florida converted on just one of their 9 power plays, while Carolina finished with 1 power play goal and a pair of shorthanded goals, including the game winner scored by Sebastian Aho. Panthers captain Sasha Barkov scored both goals for Florida, giving him 21 on the pandemic-shortened season. It also marked the 6th straight year that Barkov has scored at least 20 goals. Florida won't have much time to lick their collective wounds as they're right back on the ice against Carolina on Saturday when the 2 division rivals wrap up their season series. The Hurricanes are now 6-0-1 against Florida and hold a 2-point edge in the battle for the Central Division crown.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Toasted Sports. You can send a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. Stories you won't hear anywhere else. This is Toasted News.
Start off in Miami. A Florida nurse on Wednesday performed a butt injection on a patient while waiting for her virtual court hearing to start. Oh yeah, Miami Herald tweeted out a picture of a man getting a butt injection from a female nurse during the Zoom court hearing. The understanding was it was the defendant was actually the nurse or whoever was giving the injection, which actually makes it a gazillion times more bizarre. Reporters reached out to Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office for more information on the presumed defendant and her case. Bro, you're giving a butt injection. Remember they had the doctor, the plastic surgeon, a couple weeks ago or a month ago in California that showed up for a virtual court hearing while he was in the operating room. And they ended up putting the court thing on hold because they didn't want I guess they didn't care about this guy's ass.
Isn't there like a privacy agreement you're signing when you're doing this?
You would like to think that if you're getting any sort of medical procedure done, the doctor can't also simultaneously be doing a court appearance virtually. Good God. Check this out. In Italy, a hospital employee in Italy has been accused of pocketing roughly $650,000 in salary over 15 years despite never showing up for work. Dubbed the king of absentees, Salvatore Scumacci, 66, faces charges of abuse of office, forgery, and aggravated extortion over the alleged scheme. Prosecutors say Scumacci stopped showing up to his gig as a safety officer at the hospital after he was put on the books in 2005. The chronic no-show allegedly threatened the hospital director to prevent her from reporting his absences. After his retirement, Scumacci continued to cash his paychecks as his absenteeism went unnoticed by both the new director and the Human Resources Department. 6 managers or staffers at the hospital are also being investigated for having played a role in enabling him to skip work. $650,000 over 15 years? Oh, my Lord. And finally, in Morocco, a Moroccan man's do-it-yourself sex toy cut the blood supply off to his penis and had to be cut off with an electric saw.
No way.
My God.
No way.
This guy put his whole junk into a 4-centimeter diameter gold ring so he could maintain an erection while he was, pleasuring himself. Oh, my God.
No way.
He obviously got stuck for 12 hours. His scrotum and penis became swollen, blue, and cold to the touch. He went to the hospital. Here's the deal. They tried to use bolt cutters, didn't work. So they had to use a rotating saw. But while they were cutting through the ring, they had to keep splashing cold water on it so that it wouldn't get all hot and fry his phallus. The unidentified man's genitals returned to normal color and size without any lingering damage. Apparently, in case you know this, Sean, penis strangulation can be serious, and in some cases, doctors are forced to amputate the entire thing. Thank God for that guy, that didn't happen. Bro, yes, you are. 100% an idiot. All right, we're going to talk to David Dwork. Panthers had a rough one last night. Carolina, obviously, our kryptonite. We'll get the latest on him coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
visit stoptextsstopwrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome to OnSideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow us on social media at OnSide Radio.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans! Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Toasted Sports.
Everyone gather round.
I should just start at the beginning.
What day of the week is it?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Doing absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Sounds exciting. Okay, where was I? End of the week. Friday.
Who's ready to party?
Okay, finally.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Friday morning. Toasted Sports, second hour of the podcast, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Make sure you're following on Twitter, on Twitch. Also on YouTube. Make sure you're following, set notifications on. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., every single Saturday, we get an hour of Florida Panther talk with Chirping the Cats. It is hosted by this gentleman, David Dwork, who we bring on to the show right now. Good morning, David. How are you?
What up, Toast?
Oh, bro. So 6 in a row now. Carolina has beaten us 6 in a row. They just got our. Are they that much better than us, or do they just have our number this year?
They have the Panthers' number this year. The teams are actually a lot. They have a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina just plays a very, very aggressive style of hockey with their forwards. They suffocate teams. They're really good at that.
Yep.
And you saw it last night. They pinch down on you. They make it so Florida can't even get out of their own zone. It's what Carolina does. And it's tough. It's the only really team that in the entire division that Florida's had a hard time with all year. And obviously, with a pending potential playoff series, there's some concern comes with that. But yeah, Carolina's got a hell of a team. I mean, Florida does too, but Carolina, they're looking really strong this year.
So obviously, last night, special teams 1 for 9 on the power play. And then you give up 2 shorthanded goals. Also, is there any? I mean, how do they correct that? Are they? Is it just a product of the players they have out there? Not having Aaron out there. I mean, what 1 for 9, bro? That's just awful.
Yeah, that's been the name of the game against Carolina all year has been the winner of the special teams battle usually wins the game. Carolina's got the top-ranked power play in the NHL and one of the best penalty kills in the NHL, and they have shown it against the Panthers. I mean, you can't get 9 power play chances in a game on home ice, only get a goal on a 2-man advantage, give up a pair of shorthanded goals, and give up a power play goal, and expect to win a game in this league. I mean, it's doesn't really come down to much more than that. We've been saying it every time Florida goes into a game against Carolina. Stay out of the box. Stay out of the box. Last night they did a decent job of that. Carolina did only get 3 power plays, but they converted on one of them. And then, as we've said, they got the 2 shorthanded goals as well. If Florida ends up playing Carolina in a playoff series, that is going to be the key. 100%. We've seen it as the season has gone on. Whoever wins that special teams battle wins the game.
So tomorrow night, final game against the Hurricanes at home. How important is it just mentally for this Panthers squad to get a victory here, just so that they know that they can beat them?
Yeah, I think in terms of, moving ahead, you want some of that confidence. You want to be able to show not just yourselves, but perhaps the outside world, because you're going to get bombarded with questions about your opponent whenever you face them in the postseason. So if that happens, you don't want to be answering questions. Well, Carolina won 7-0-1 against you last season, which is exactly what will happen if they win tonight or win tomorrow again. So, yeah, I think there's a litany of reasons that Florida needs to get a win tomorrow. Now, obviously, if they don't, they're still in prime position for the postseason. They can still compete for a top spot in the division because there's still going to be 8 games left or 7 games left after tomorrow. But, yeah, I think there's a ton of reasons why they really are going to want to get 2 points out of there, preferably in regulation, too.
All right, so let's look forward to, as you said, after tomorrow, we've only got 7 games left. So let's look forward to playoff seeding, where ideally, let's just say that they're not going to catch Carolina, so they're not going to be number 1 in the East. But where ideally would you like to see them fall in terms of who they would face in a first round? Best matchup for us.
I think at this point, the way that the top 3 is pretty much set to going to be Florida, Carolina, and Tampa in some order. I'd be shocked just based on the standings, based on where Nashville and the teams chasing them are. They're not going to catch up to either of those 3 teams. So whoever wins that division, which at the moment looks like it's probably going to be Carolina, which would mean then Florida's going to play Tampa in the first round. That's what it looks like as of today. And obviously a lot can change with all the teams, 7, 8, 9 games left between the 3 of them. From here on out, but
so each division plays each other.
What's that?
So the way because you have 8 teams in each conference, right? So each division will play each other.
4.
Right, the top 4.
So in each conference will make the playoffs, and then they'll play each other for the first 2 rounds. You're only playing teams within your own division in the playoffs.
Gotcha. Okay.
For the first 2 rounds this year.
Gotcha. Okay, so that is different. I was going to say, man, it's quite a first round against Tampa. Jesus.
Yeah, but that's something that we've been wanting. As hockey fans in Florida, I think we've been asking for a long time for that interstate playoff.
Oh, absolutely, yes, 100%.
So that would be a lot of fun. And this year, Florida has matched up well with Tampa.
Yes.
That's something that I wrote it earlier this week, and then I heard Coach Q say it last night. We don't have to play. They have to play a perfect game to beat Carolina. You don't have to play perfect to beat Tampa. They've shown it all, time and time again this season. So I would love to see them play Tampa in the playoffs this year, and I think it's a good year to do it.
So let me ask you this, David. How far into the playoffs would we need to advance for Aaron to get back on the ice?
Right
much
now,
to the finals?
His target date. I think the conference finals would be a possibility because 12 weeks would have him. If he comes back on that 12-week mark, that would be about mid-June.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-June would be about when the second round would be ending, third round would be starting. So there is potentially a window of opportunity. If they can get out of the division in the playoff round, if they can get through Tampa, Carolina, assuming they're the ones that they'd have to face, then yes, there is a major chance that if you can get over that hump, you get a huge boost with Aaron Ekblad coming back. This is something that Big O and I have talked about. In hockey particularly, Teams, players, everybody is very secretive, very elusive when it comes to injury news. They are as vague as possible. So the fact that the Panthers came right out and put a number on Ekblad's injury and said he'll be out 10 to 12 weeks or 12 weeks, whatever they said it was, as opposed to just saying he's out indefinitely with a broken bone in his leg, I think that was pretty telling that they do believe he could come back. Because why else even put that out into the world if they didn't think it was possible? Because they're the ones putting the information out.
Okay.
So I do think it's possible for Ekblad to come back. And if they go on a little run, imagine getting that kind of boost in the middle of your kind of playoff run to bring in not just a great player, but one of the best defensemen in the league. So there's a lot of incentive for the Panthers.
All right, so last game we had the young first-round draft pick Spencer Knight make his NHL debut. So here's my theory on his importance to the franchise, David, and tell me if I'm off base here. Listen, I like Bobrovsky, and I understand that we signed him to a giant deal. I happen to believe that we overpaid, and that will be – we'll always look at that deal as a deal where we just overpaid Bobrovsky. Not because it wasn't a bad move. It's just that you had – that's what the market was. You had to pay him that much to get him down here. However, having a young goalie that could be lights out, I kind of equate it to the NFL, where your best chance to win initially is when you have a young quarterback on a rookie contract. How important is it for the Panthers if you're looking at salary allocation? You've allocated so much money to Bobrovsky in goal. And if he's not top 3 in the league, how important is it to have a young guy that can be just as good that isn't making that much money?
I think we've seen the way that the last couple of hockey seasons have played out with the condensed scheduling that any team that's going to have any kind of prolonged success needs to have 2 winning goaltenders on their roster at all times. And Florida's been very fortunate with that because they do have Bob, who's been playing a lot better this season than he did last season.
Yes, 100%.
You know, as you said, I think you put it perfectly with the Bob thing that they had to pay what the market demanded at the time for what was the best goalie on the open market at the time. So, you know, while the results, obviously, you're going to play the results and they haven't worked out the way that you'd like them to, you know, Bob's been fine in terms of starting goaltender production this year. He's still, I think, now 17, 8, and 3 or something like that with goals against under 3, save percentage over 9. Those are the numbers you wanted him to hit last year. But with Knight, I mean, we've got a small taste of what this kid can do on Tuesday night. He's still very young. He's still very raw. And there's still a lot about his game that you can improve on, which you would expect from a guy who started the week as a teenager, which he did. But, yeah, the sky is the limit for this kid. I don't think they're going to rush him, and I don't think they need to. They've got him locked up to his entry-level contract, so he's signed for another 2 years. You can let him kind of mature because you do have Sergei Bobrovsky. Yep. You have a Samuel Montembeault who's having an excellent year at the AHL level that could come up perhaps and be backed up next year. Because Chris Driedger, in all likelihood, is going to pack his knives and go because he's going to get paid a lot of money in free agency. And good on him. He's certainly earned it.
Yes, he absolutely has.
Yeah. So, you know, Florida's goaltending situation is actually pretty good right now, even though they're probably going to lose Chris Driedger, just because you've got a Bob player who is getting, you know, compared to last season, he has ascended this year. He's playing better. Samuel Montembeault's playing solid in the AHL. You've got Devin Levi, your 7th-round pick, who shocked the world for Team Canada and took them all the way to the final in the World Junior last year. So the Panthers' goaltending situation overall, it's really good right now.
All right, we'll get you out of here on this. One of the nice, impactful acquisitions we made was Sam Bennett. Tell me a little bit about this kid.
Man, what a move. You talk about a move working out. I've compared it to when the Panthers traded for Jaromir Jagr about 5-6 years ago when he stepped in, and it was like instant chemistry, instant production with Sasha Barkov and Jonathan Huberdeau. You're seeing a fit like that with Sam Bennett. Now, last night was tough. Every team is, you know, clamped down by Carolina. But the fact that he's been able to go to a guy like Huberdeau, who was struggling, and kind of light him back up, Anthony Duclair, who was in and out of the lineup for a while, couldn't find a home in the roster, bouncing onto different lines. Now, all of a sudden, they've got this trio that's really pushing the pace of play. You've got a nice mix of skill and grit on that line. And Sam Bennett comes in, a proven playoff performer, and a guy, the style of play that he puts out there, where he's got skill. You can't be a 4th overall pick in this league and not have tons of skill. But he's got a lot of grit and sandpaper to his game. He throws his body around. He's looking to make hits. You saw it a couple of games ago when Anthony Duclair got hit high by one of the Columbus players, and Bennett instantly went, and this was like his first or second game, and he's going after these guys like, you know, they just went after his mother the way that he's defending his teammates, and you love to see that. So I think that not just with the skill on the ice, but the intangibles that you get from a Sam Bennett, amazingly underrated move because it didn't get a ton of attention. But I think it's worked out better than any other trade deadline move to this point this year. So kudos on Bill Zito, man. Almost everything this guy has done has worked out amazingly well for the Panthers. An amazing start for the first-year GM.
Yeah, no, he is absolutely, he is on fire absolutely right now. David, thank you very much, bro. Everyone, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, 10 to 11, a full hour of David breaking down everything you need to know about Panther hockey with Chirping the Cats. We'll talk to you next week, man. Take care.
All right, brother. Be good.
Excellent. David Dwork, great stuff, man. And, man, it's just so nice to have the Panthers playing so well and that we're all excited about it. We got the playoffs coming up. The season ends May 10th, I believe. So the first round right after that. Like, this is, it's great. You got Coach Q. Everything about that franchise pointing in the right direction.
No, everything's good.
Everything. I mean, from the minor leagues up, everything is pointing in the right direction. And it's just great to see. Check this out. You know that because, listen, NHL playoff time is coming, which means hurricane season is right around the corner. You got to protect your house. You got to protect your house, your family, all your good stuff. And the best way to do that is by getting PGT custom windows and doors. And you do that by calling my friends at B&T Impact Windows and Doors, 954-233-0126. They have been doing it down here for a long, long time. I had them come over to my house last year. They took care of everything in one day. And the best part was I could finance the whole thing. They got this financing through Y-Green. I didn't have to pay a penny down, no down payment, no upfront money. I just, it's included in my property taxes. Like the way they do it, it's great. It's phenomenal. You can go ahead, get it done today. If you call them, they can get you set up before hurricane season starts. So make sure you call B&T Windows and Doors today, 954-233-0126, and get the benefits of PGT custom windows and doors installed at your house.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with simple radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year, called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now, and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnSideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL Draft Party on the planet.
When you're looking to add that extra style and protection for your home or business, visit A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie or Sunrise, where plantation shutters are a major part of our business, and they look great in any home. We have them in white, stained colors, and wood tones. We can even motorize your shutters like the one in the OnSideRadio.com studio. A Shade Above Window Fashions, 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashions.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami are scheduled for a very tough game this weekend as they take on the Union this Saturday night. This will be Philadelphia's home opener, much like last weekend. Inter Miami had their home opener that ended up in a 3-2 loss to the LA Galaxy. Going away, playing in a home opener is always tough, but for a team like Philadelphia, it's going to be even tougher as Miami are going to be the first team to hopefully score against them this season. That's right, Philadelphia have not been scored on in 3 games played, and it looks like Miami is going to try and be the first.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. It's time to talk Miami Heat with NBA insider Ira Winderman. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat Report, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com. Let's go over the latest headlines locally with the Miami Heat and league-wide in the NBA with our very own Ira Winderman.
Every single week, it is a pleasure to be able to talk to the man that knows everything about the Miami Heat and basketball in South Florida from the Sun Sentinel. He is Mr. Ira Winderman. Good morning, Ira. How are you today?
Wait, you're also having on the guy who knows everything about South Florida basketball? I better hang up and turn on my radio then.
So we got the Heat taking on Atlanta tonight. They have won 3 in a row, and obviously this is crunch time, Ira, as we get close to the end of the season. What is it looking like for Trae Young tonight? In or no?
He is out tonight. Okay. He has that sprained ankle he had. His MRI came back kind of positive. He might only miss maybe a week's worth of games. So certainly for Atlanta, trying to stay afloat and avoid the play-in game, good news for them. They've been a team pretty much ravaged by injuries this season, but since the coaching switch that actually took place down here to Nate McMillan when they made that move in the middle of the 2-game set, they've really taken off. And this is even more so for the Heat than the Hawks, sort of make or break time, because this is also a tiebreaker game. The team's played 3 games this season. They've split the first 2 games, so you get this one. It counts double in the standings. And the Heat have a tough closing schedule. They can't afford to go into the final weeks of the season and hope that's when they're going to make their playoff run. 4 of the last 5 games they play are on the road, so they really want to get this settled ahead of time. And again, if you don't finish in the top 6 in the conference, the Heat are currently 7th, you wind up having to go in the play-in round, where if you don't, say, win 1 of 2 games then, you don't even make the best of 7 playoffs. So this is critical mass for the Heat. They know that. They have some tough games coming up, but it's sort of time for them now to make their stand.
So I guess the key to tonight's game would be to keep Clint Capella from getting 25 and 22 rebounds, right?
Actually, Clint Capella has back spasms and might not play and is listed as questionable.
Oh, wow, okay.
So the key for the Heat is to have someone go to Clint Capella before the game. Excuse me, can you carry this? And just hope for that. He has been unbelievable. He is averaging close to 20 points and 20 rebounds over the last 6 games. And it's really interesting because Bam Adebayo's contract, his rookie scale extension that goes into effect next year, he would have received significant bonuses for making All-NBA, specifically first and second team. But when you look at the centers in this league, I think we would both agree that the top 2 centers in a runaway this season have been Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, in whatever order you want to put them in.
Yep.
And I think it's become pretty clear, and this is no offense to Bam and his dynamic two-way play, that Clint Capella is probably right up there as a number 3. So I think what we have to admit is that center play is back in the NBA and that you do need a quality big man to truly be a contender. There are some exceptions, Milwaukee with Brook Lopez shooting his 3-pointers, but otherwise most of the elite teams, especially when you count, say, an Anthony Davis, really do have those kind of centers now who are difference makers.
You talk about the big man, and while he's not starting for us, we did need to add somebody, and we did bring in Dedmon, and I tell you what, he's been playing pretty well for us.
Oh, more than pretty well. He has been the type of physical presence the Heat have lacked the entire season, from before the Myers-Leonard injury and comments and trade and Kelly Olynyk with his outside shooting game. They sort of haven't had that enforcer who comes up and mucks the game up a little and really gets physical in there. So it's been a huge, upgrade for the Heat. He has made himself a playoff rotation player and has sort of settled that side of it. And yes, Precious Achiuwa could be an emergency fill-in for injuries or for foul trouble. But you know what, Toast? This is the point where you get to the season where you say, hey, the rookie development, that'll pick up again over the summer. Mm-hmm. This is go time. This is win time. And that's who Dwayne Dedmon is. These are the guys Pat Riley loves, the 30-year-old-ish veterans who've been through it, who know what the games mean, who know what the moments mean. And Dwayne, in just a single week with the team, really has made that statement.
Well, he's embraced the bully ball that Jimmy was calling for.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is because at this time of year when you're exhausted, and the Heat on Saturday against Chicago at home are about to end a stretch of 8 games in 12 days, sometimes it takes as much perseverance as it does athleticism and skill to get you through. So that's what the Heat need. If tonight's game is a slog, I'm sure they're fine with that.
All right, so check this out. Last week, you guys did your Inside the Paint, and you made a lot of noise because you're talking about Tyler Hero and about the whole endorsement thing and stuff like that. My question for you, with that story coming out, does that damage his trade value moving forward if the Heat wanted to move him next year?
No, it comes all down to your play. I mean, every NBA player has his ancillary issues and things off the court and, let's say, quote-unquote, unique personality. What matters most is your contribution and what you're doing, especially at this time of year. Look, Tyler was great during the playoffs last year. That's really when he made a name for himself, when the entire country and NBA community really took focus. So a game like Tyler had the other day in San Antonio, that's what matters going forward. And you're right, Toast. One of the most important things beyond actually helping the team win right now is keeping and rebuilding Tyler's value, because if you do want to make a move in the offseason, especially around the NBA draft or before free agency, you don't have a lot of chips to put into play. You no longer can control trading Kendrick Nunn or Duncan Robinson, for example. They're impending free agents, so they have a say in the process. So probably the best remaining chip for a team that does not have any draft choice in the 2021 NBA draft was Tyler Hero. Now, maybe that's also motivating to him because he knows that and he wants to stay. So maybe that pushes him as much as any outside chatter or what Eric Spoelstra would call storylines are a factor also. And beyond all of that, they need him because of the injury situation in the backcourt, because of the Victor Oladipo situation. If Victor Oladipo was playing at 100%, Tyler Hero would become far less crucial. But he's not playing, and he's not 100%, and we don't have a timetable. So that makes Tyler Hero as crucial to the Heat in the moment as anything going forward as well.
All right, so we've got about 25 days or so left in the season. Will the Heat be able to achieve 85% in terms of vaccination, or is that not even important to them at this stage?
No, they will. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a story for Sun Sentinel and SunSentinel.com right now on that. I think they will hit it by the start of May. Okay. And once they do that, it's a game changer. It's ease of practice. It's no longer having to wear masks at the practice facility. It's players being able to dine out on the road, indoors or outdoors, have team meetings beyond the especially socially distanced ballrooms they're having it. It's very important for the team. Remember, it's not just 85% of the roster, so you can't just give me a fraction of the 17 players or with the Heat 16 players and say that many. It's also the traveling party and the staff. So I think what a lot of teams have done is I don't want to say maneuvered around it, but made sure all their staffers are vaccinated. So if there are players who are reluctant to do it, they can still hit that 85% number. They will hit that number. They realize the importance, and it really is a game changer. The NBA has done everything they can to incentivize teams to get players vaccinated. And I'll give you an example. Kendrick Nunn, exactly 2 weeks ago today, posted that he received his shot from Jackson Health, his Pfizer vaccination. Well, as we know, there's a 2-week period after that for it fully to take hold. So really today for Kendrick Nunn is that 2-week threshold on being fully vaccinated. And I would assume they've done much of the players together in that kind of format. So I think that bodes very well for the Heat going forward, what they'll be able to do. And hopefully we won't see many more injury reports where it says health and safety protocols.
talking to Ira Winderman, and I woke up this morning. I hit Twitter. I just start going through my feed, and I start seeing some reports. Is it possible that LeBron is still some 3 weeks away?
Yeah, it's just, you know what? The fact is Anthony Davis came back last night in the game against the Mavericks. There's been nothing on LeBron. I think there's two factors in play. Number one, obviously there's just the injury itself and how long it's taking. But beyond that, I think if the Lakers stay afloat and they're not in the play-in round and they could stay at least at number 6, I think LeBron realizes what matters most in the games that follow. Remember, Toast, there was that incredibly tight turnaround, the 2 months between seasons. Mm-hmm. So I think LeBron is being prudent. I think if LeBron saw his team like, we could be one loss against, say, the Mavericks or the Trailblazers from being out of the playoffs, I think that would change his approach. I mean, let's face it, and I've asked the other hosts on Onside Radio the same thing. Let's say the Lakers go into the playoffs, I'll put them as number 6, okay? Who would you favor in a first-round series, 3 versus 6, the home court Nuggets or the road Los Angeles Lakers?
The Lakers in 4 or 5.
Right. So I'm just saying, or if the Lakers wind up at, say, at number 5 and say wind up going, I'll throw in the Clippers there. And again, there really is, and again, that's a perfect example because there is no home court because they play in the same arena. So I don't think there's the desperation for the Lakers. LeBron has always been that way. Get me to the playoffs, I'll take care of business then. So rather than push it and have a misstep, you know what? I think for LeBron, this is also part of an exhale from his never-ending season from last season. The Lakers have won enough games to stay afloat, to stay out of the play-in. He'll come back when the games really matter.
Obviously, this has been a very compressed schedule. There have been a large amount of injuries during this season, Ira, and players have begun taking some shots at Adam Silver because he kind of pushed the issue, whether it be the All-Star game, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Is he going to have to work to rebuild some relationships with the players in the offseason?
I don't think so for this reason. I think if the players have an issue, they should look inward to their own union. They agreed to this. This was not done arbitrarily and forced down the players' throats. What the players were told is, if you want less than this, less compacted, less severe, there would be salary implications also. This has always been about the money. If the NBA players would have agreed to a larger portion of their salaries either being reduced or being placed in escrow, there could have been less. So this is all about the money, and has only been all about the money. So any player who complains right now about the injuries, about the back-to-backs, about what the Heat have now finishing tomorrow with their 8 games in 12 days, they could have all spoken up. And they could have all said, sir, we will take less. We will agree to less NBA if the schedule is not as severe. But they wanted their money also. They agreed that they would take a little bit, that they would have a more compressed schedule to get their salaries. This has always been about money from day one, even during a pandemic, and it's the same. The NBA players absolutely could have drawn a line and said, we want something closer to the NHL. And if that means only getting 2/3 of our salary, then so be it. But they didn't. The one thing Adam Silver has been great about, Toast, is that he works with the players and that he says, okay, let's do this together. They did this together. So if the players all of a sudden are having an issue, I think they have to look inward as much as they have to look to the league itself.
Great stuff, Ira. As always, awesome stuff. Check him out, the Sun Sentinel, and have a wonderful weekend, Ira, and hopefully the boys win tonight.
Hey, 8 games in 12 days. I'm just trying to make it to the finish line as well as them. Thanks, Toast.
You got it. Ira Winderman, we talk to him every single week here on Onside Radio and Toasted Sports, and he is absolutely a pleasure and just the best guy around here. Between him and Ethan, you're not finding better coverage of the NBA and Heat than at OnsideRadio.com. Just a simple fact. All right, we got to take a break. You sent this to me, Sean. We're going to hop into this next. Top 10 sporting events for like a bucket list. Bro, we're going to go down this list here. That's coming up next. You're listening to Toasted Sports on OnsideRadio.com.
This has been the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat Report with Ira Winderman. Visit Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard. Come experience the oasis that customers deserve and the dealership that earned Dealer Rater's 2020 Consumer Satisfaction Award at Acura of Pembroke Pines. This is how we do it.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnSideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Florida Panthers lost last night 4-2 to the Hurricanes. The Panthers went 1 for 9 on the power play. Hurricanes scored 3 goals in the second period to take control of the game. To skate again against each other tomorrow night. The puck drops at 7. The Marlins, they dropped the first game of a 3-game series to the Giants 3-0 last night. All runs scored in the first inning, thankfully. A therapy bunny, though, was in attendance and was the biggest news coming out of the game. Game 2 tonight, 9:45, Sandy Alcantara versus Alex Wood. That's your pitching matchup. The Miami Heat, they're in Atlanta taking on the Hawks. Tip-off 7:30. This weekend, UFC 261 in Jacksonville. 3 title fights headlined by Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. And don't forget, also tomorrow night, Inter Miami CF, they're traveling to take on the Philadelphia Union. You can join Big O, Alex Dono at Dangerous Minds Brewing for the pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. Stay and watch the match with them. Also, Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan, and Fernando Fiore, they will be on the call at 8 o'clock right here at OnSideRadio.com. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
9:39, Friday morning. Oh, yeah, the weekend is here. The weekend is here, peoples.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. So, 10 sporting events, global sporting events, that we should all try to hit before we check out of this little ride of life that we're on. Number one, and this is in no particular order. This is just the 10. This is put together by National Geographic, so they know the world. Not sports people, but this is good because
they know the world.
This is coming from people that aren't just sports people. They're just world people, and they understand where the big events are. So, 24 hours of Le Mans, and that is happening in France. Dude, I would totally be all about that. Now, my only issue is I wouldn't stay there for 24 hours. I'd want to get there for the beginning of the race, then leave, and then get re-entry and come back for the end of it. But I'm not sitting in a stand for 24 hours. But
what? Isn't that the thing of going to these events is to be a part of the atmosphere of the whole event?
I'll be a part of the atmosphere at the beginning and the end. But you're literally going to sit in a stand for 24 hours?
Don't they do things? They don't just sit there, right? They got little things going on.
Well, I'm sure there's like little kiosks, and you can get like a falafel.
I'll check them out for 24
You probably get some shawarma or something like that. But you're going to stay awake for 24 straight hours?
Yeah, if I'm going to 24-hour Le Mans, I'm going to. What?
Yes. Are you bringing the cocaine or who's? I don't like. Or the, wow.
I won't put in my breakfast burrito.
Right. Next one, the Olympic Games. Abso-friggin-lutely. Would love to go.
Yeah, that's got to
Now,
go.
which would you prefer, Sean? Would you prefer to go to a summer or winter?
Oh, I think it's got to be a summer, right? I'm not great with the winter, and there's not a lot of events I would probably watch. I think I'd watch more during the summer than the winter.
Yeah, I'm opposite. I'm going to winter.
What events are you going to watch, though?
Oh, I'm going to the ski jump. I'm going to the moguls. I'm going to the skiers that do the tricks and stuff. The acrobatics, the flips, and all
I know
that
it's
stuff.
some. I don't know what the
But
names
all those
of
little
them are.
outdoor events,
Solemn,
yeah,
right?
all those. Well, John and Solemn, that's actually through the gates.
Oh, okay.
But I mean the one where they do all the aerials and stuff like that.
I just feel like the summer ones.
The half pipe for the snowboarders. That's an awesome. Yeah, I'd like the winter events better.
Nah, man.
And I like cold.
You've got basketball. You've got
I got
swimming.
hockey. I got hockey in the winter.
You've got track and field. You've got break dancing. I mean, come on.
I got break dancing. I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to break dancing. I am looking forward to watching the break dance.
I will tell you right now, if they break out a cardboard box, they get extra points, right?
Well, that's what I want to know. I want someone to be an OG and actually pull out like a U-Haul box and just break it down, put it down, and just start doing his thing.
Come out with the boombox on the shoulders.
Oh, spectacular. There have to be boomboxes. Absolutely. That's how the music is played. Come on now.
Don't commercialize this. It's got to be old school.
Old school. Like, what were those movies back? We had breakdancing movies back in the day.
Was the movie.
Was it breakdancing?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So spectacular. All right, next one, World Cup soccer. I'm all about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to go to any international type soccer.
Yeah. I mean, I would go to an international friendly. But, to actually go to the World Cup wherever that's being held,
yes.
I'd prefer to go when it's not being held in the U.S. Because I'd like to see another country in the process. But yeah, 100%. I'm 3 for 3 with them so far. None of those events I would skip. Next one, the Super Bowl. Come on. Of course. It's every kid's bucket list right there.
It's a spectacle.
Especially when you live in South Florida and you know that you have a decent chance because there's one here usually every 5 years.
Yes.
Next one, NBA Finals. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
I think NBA Finals, to me, depends on who's in the matchup.
Well, it's always going to be LeBron because that's what he does now. But I got you. No, you want to have superstars in it, 100%, 100%. But at this stage in the NBA, you're always going to have superstars in it.
No, 100%. I just don't know if I'm traveling to, San Antonio to watch the NBA Finals.
No, I'll wait for the Heat to get back in, and I'll just go here because that'll happen again. The next one is the Masters. I mean, yeah, come on. Possibly, I'm guessing so far that may be the hardest one so far to actually get into.
Yeah.
Like you can, if you have enough money, you can buy your way into the Super Bowl. You can buy your way into the NBA Finals. You need to have enough money and know somebody if you want to go ahead and get into the Masters and have a good time over there.
Yeah,
that
man,
is
$1.50 egg salad sandwiches. I mean, come on, buddy. It gets no better.
It doesn't get any better, and they haven't changed those prices in ages.
They stay the same.
Absolutely. All right, so we got Masters. Next one. Oh, now here's one I had never even heard of before. Polo at Palermo in Argentina.
Never heard of that either, yes.
Yeah. So apparently, Argentine polo is considered the best in the world, and the Argentine Open Championship is where the best players on the planet all show up. So there you go. I have never watched a polo match. I mean, I've water polo, yes, but not horse polo. I don't even know how it works. They got the mallets, and they hit the ball.
Ride by and they hit the.
Yeah.
Do they hit them through wickets or what do they got?
I don't know what they hit them through, but they hit them through something. They hit them into a goal of some sort. But yeah, they're riding the horse. And then if you're at the, because they have the polo grounds up in Palm Beach, and I know friends that have gone. And one of the fun things is, I guess, during the intermission, the crowd goes out and replaces all the horse divots or whatever. While while they're drinking wine or champagne. It's and they're all dressed nice and bonnet. It's a very elitist sort of a thing.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, very elitist.
You have to do work when you go to this event?
Yeah, kind of
I'm
a little
not
bit of
going.
yeah, neither am I. Especially it's too hot. You're going to sweat. Ugh. Yeah.
Listen, the NFL don't have me go out there and do the field during halftime for Super Bowl.
Next one, Wimbledon in England. Would love to go to Wimbledon in England. Absolutely. Would love to go to the championship. Absolutely. I've always just, the fact that they play on grass is just, I'd like to walk on the surface. I want to see how firm that grass is. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
Can't play tennis on my front lawn.
No, 100% no.
World Series, I have actually been to a World
I
Series.
have been to one, too.
Only one.
Yes.
Only one. I went to the Marlins versus the Yankees.
Which one?
Game down here was game 3 and I went to game 3, 4, and 5.
Oh,
right?
See, I went to game 4, which was supposed to be Clemens' last
I was
game.
at game 4. I was at game 4, yup.
You liar.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thought my team was going to be worth something. It came back, jackass.
So far, the only one on this list that I probably wouldn't go to would be the polo in Palermo, Argentina.
I think I agree with you on that.
I could probably go missing that one. So I got one left. And now I have heard of this. I have never seen it live, but the Grand National. Do you know what the Grand National is?
No.
It's in England. Grand National is the world's most renowned horse race. Bigger than the Kentucky Derby. It is steeplechase. This is where they're jumping over like bushes and stuff like that. You know the steeplechase races?
Yes.
So yeah, that is the Grand National. It has been around for as long as the planet has been around, apparently. But yeah, so the Grand National. So I guess listen, if I'm going to go do Wimbledon, then I guess I'll get in a Grand National as well. If I'm going to go over to England. The only thing I think on this list that I would have zero desire is the polo thing. Like I don't care about the polo. No disrespect if you love the horsey polo, but I'm just not.
I'm not doing work during halftime.
Yeah,
you lost me right there.
And I'm not. And if I'm going to go see polo, I'll go up to Palm Beach. I'm not going to go to Argentina. You know what I'm saying? Unless I go with like Messi or something.
Those are the best polo players in the world.
I'm aware of that. I guess I'll. You know what? I guess I'll have to finish off my existence on this planet knowing that I never saw the greatest polo players in the world play. Hope I can.
I hope you can live with yourself.
I'll
actually you wouldn't have to.
Exactly, because I'll be dead. Yeah, baby. All right, so let's see what we got going on this weekend. We got a whole bunch of games. All right, so we've got Inter at Philly.
Yes.
And so here's the deal with Philly. They have not, as I've been told, they have not given up a goal yet between the preseason and their first game last week.
Against any MLS competition.
No goals given up thus far. We'll see if Gonzalo Higuain and crew can go ahead and listen, we got to get a dub. We got to get a dub. Can't be starting off 0-2.
We need to get Morgan more involved, too.
Got to get Morgan more involved, absolutely. Panthers, Carolina, listen, it's I mean,
at least Trocheck didn't beat us.
Listen, but and we talked to David about it. I think it's really important that the Cats get a win tomorrow night against Carolina, just so that they have that confidence as they get ready to possibly face them in the playoffs in a few weeks. I think it's important that they have some sort of a successful memory in their recent memory against the Carolina Hurricanes. The Heat, 2 in a row here, man. We got the Hawks tonight at Atlanta, and then we got the Bulls tomorrow. It is the end of the 8 games in 12 days that Ira was talking about.
And we need these wins.
Listen, there's no margin for error anymore. No. We don't want to have to deal with the play-in game.
Which Ira said right now we're sitting in the play-in.
Right, but we're 1 game back of the Hawks. So we win this game, we jump in front of the Hawks because we have the tiebreaker. So that is how close everything is. This is when bully ball's got to do its thing, and hopefully they can. And then of course, the Marlins got 2 against the Giants. They will continue that tonight and tomorrow.
I hope they ban the bunny. He's bad luck.
Freaking bunny! That bunny was enormous. If you haven't seen the bunny. That bunny looked like it was like 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's only 4.5 months old. What are they
oh my
feeding
God!
that
Like
thing?
Seriously, is there a kind of bunny that's like abnormally large? Is that like a specific species of bunny? I don't know.
Monster
never seen
bunny?
something like that. But damn,
the Godzilla of bunnies.
Just can't believe you're letting a bunny into the ballpark.
It's a therapy animal.
My ass.
Did you see her clutching that animal?
Oh, stop it.
And how come nobody was going up to the animal? Nobody went up to be like, hey, why do you have a rabbit there?
Throw a carrot at it. Bring in a doll. Lugging a bunny everywhere. Get out of here.
San Francisco Giants now, they'll start doing like carrot chips or something.
Dude, I'm so over the whole therapy animal thing. Like if it's your dog or your cat, but people are bringing birds on the planes and stuff. Yeah. Bringing a bunny to a baseball. Get the hell out of here.
I'm bringing my therapy python in tomorrow to work.
If you can't go to a baseball game without having your bunny on your lap, then guess what? Don't go to a baseball game. If you can't live outside of your home for 3 hours without your therapy animal, then just don't go. Don't leave the house. Don't leave the house. Bringing a bunny to a ball game. It's just ridiculous. What the hell's happening to this country? We are so soft. Everybody has become so freaking soft. We will take a break. Final segment. Kai's coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no, here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers took one on the chin Thursday night, dropping a tough game to the Carolina Hurricanes by the score of 4-2. Florida played well in the first and third periods, but were completely outmatched in the middle frame, one that Carolina outscored the Cats 3-0. As we've seen throughout the season series between the Panthers and the Hurricanes, special teams was once again the difference. Florida converted on just one of their 9 power plays, while Carolina finished with 1 power play goal and a pair of short-handed goals, including the game winner scored by Sebastian Aho. Panthers captain Sasha Barkov scored both goals for Florida, giving him 21 on the pandemic-shortened season. It also marked the 6th straight year that Barkov has scored at least 20 goals. Florida won't have much time to lick their collective wounds as they're right back on the ice against Carolina on Saturday when the two division rivals wrap up their season series. The Hurricanes are now 6-0-1 against Florida and hold a 2-point edge in the battle for the Central Division crown.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Friday. About time for me to get the hell on out of here. Kai is coming up next.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I am enjoying the repercussions in the Premier League right now. With the
talk about it for another day, man,
so no, it's just the fan. So the Liverpool fan groups. So I guess I'm amazed at how short people's memories are. So listen, I understand folks that want the Glazers out of Man United. Just they haven't done dick since they bought them.
Right.
You know, they leveraged debt to buy them. It was just, I get that. But there's a FSG out contingent as well. And to this, all right, listen, this was an awful mistake. Horrible call, stupid-ass decision. However, FSG took this team from administration. This team was was about to go into administration after Gillette and his partner or whatever just completely killed the team. They rebuilt it from scratch, brought you European glory and domestic glory for the first time in a generation. They made a bad mistake, but we're going to forget about all the good also? Like they're making them out to seem like they're the devil. And I'm like, oh my God, come on. Fans are getting a little out of control on this.
Listen, any club that decided to part ways with the greatest European union that has ever existed deserve all the repercussions. No, it's so stupid.
So how do you feel? There's going to be no point deductions in the Premier League. It's all just going to be certain executives that will have to.
I don't think there should be points.
I don't think so either.
That's the thing, and I was saying with the sanctions. Do I think that maybe they should get fined? Maybe 5.
Sure.
Something at least something like 100,000 or something like that. Sure. But I feel what UEFA should realize is that 1, they're also corrupt. They'll never realize it, but they are also corrupt. And 2, it's the public backlash has already hurt these businesses.
Yep.
Businesses really more than anything.
Yep. 100%.
I mean, you have fans breaking in to Old Trafford.
And then you got Florentino Perez claiming that the folks at Chelsea were a plant from the current La Liga president.
And then La Liga's... Dude, and it's so stupid that he says that because then La Liga's president comes out and is talking crap about German and English clubs backing out.
Yeah.
So it's he was on your side, which he shouldn't be. He's the president of the league of your country.
It's insane. All right, quickly. Does Inter get a win in Philly this weekend? Do we get a goal?
Probably a draw.
Think a draw? We got to get points. We got to get points out of this.
Yeah, I mean, you should have walked away with 3 points last
absolutely
Sunday.
should have.
So I
Yes,
think
you're
going to I wouldn't be mad if they come out of it with no points. Obviously, Philadelphia Union as a team are much better than Inter Miami are right now.
Yep.
But I would say you at least come up with a point.
I'm anxious to see how Neville has them come out.
The thing is, LGP and Figal have to have a good 90 minutes. They can't have a good 70.
Right.
Because they had a great 70, and then they fell apart for the last 20.
All right, that is it, man. I am out. Have a wonderful weekend. Kai's coming up next. I'll be back here Monday with Toasted Sports. Take care. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year, called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT custom windows and doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your OnSide Radio E-Report with Kai Chen Chisholm.
Microsoft recently announced that Xbox